Hi folks, I just wanted to reach out to give you kind of an overview of how the next few weeks will look as far as continuing your learning plan for geometry. First up is we officially start this Wednesday, April 1st. You should have gotten an email from Mr. Straub about the maroon and gold schedule. It looks mostly the same as the regular maroon and gold schedule as far as the maroon days and the gold days are happening just like they were before. What's different is the time the periods happen. So you have geometry G4. Instead of that looking like the end of the day, that's actually from 12:45 to 1:45 on those gold days. Okay. So what we're going to do to start out with is finish up chapter 11. Okay, so the last assignment you did was 11.3. You'll have to turn that in on Canvas. Some details on your announcements. We'll give you instructions on how to do that. But after that, we'll watch 11.4 video in Canvas, just like you're used to if you were gone. Okay, you go to your Canvas page and watch that video. Now, what's different here is how you'll do that. So if you have access to a printer, you can print those worksheets just like normal. If not, what you're going to need to do is just get out some notebook paper and follow along with the video in that way. Okay, try to stay organized so that when you're looking back at your notes for quizzes and tests, things like that, you can find the different problems. Now, what I will tell you on 11.4, there's going to be some graphing, and if that is something you're doing on regular notebook paper, it may be a little bit challenging. Do your best, okay? For as far as our test goes, we're going to more worry about the ordered pairs rather than plotting them, okay? So the image of the points. Speaking of the test, we're going to take an open note Canvas test on chapter 11. All quizzes and tests from now on are going to be open note, and they're going to be on Canvas. Okay, that's going to be scheduled for April 8th, so it gives you some time between now and then to get all those things done. There is a review just like normal, and I'll go over that with the schedule of assignments here just in a minute. Okay, but what I'm going to do for each assignment and each test is give you some flexibility. So I'll assign things, and I'll give you a couple days to get them done. So this test is assigned for April 8th, but it won't be due until April 10th in the morning. Okay, so you'll see more details on that on Canvas. After chapter 11 is wrapped up, we're going to bounce back to chapter 10, which covers trig stuff. It's very applicable uses of geometry. And after that, we're going to be a little more consistent with how things look. These assignments, you're going to have to really pay attention to due dates. And again, I'll show you more detailed on Canvas with that. Okay, but after that, everything starts to look the same. So here's how it's going to be set up. Each week, you're going to have 2 lessons. So normally, you may have 2 or 3 lessons for maroon and gold. You're only going to have 2. Okay, the reason I'm having you do that is to be flexible and to cut down kind of your workload, because I know there's a lot of things going on with this pandemic. So you have from Monday through Friday, whenever you want, to get those 2 lessons done that I assigned for the week, okay? So like I said, you can print them if you have a printer, okay? Otherwise, just do them on notebook paper, and that's fine, but just stay organized so you can submit it. Now, I gave you instructions on Canvas on how to use a PDF scanner to turn in assignments. So make sure you do that practice assignment in the announcements. Okay, so pay attention to that. Another detail, not only am I cutting down the number of assignments, I'm going to cut down the assignment in general because I want you to learn the content, but I don't want to overwork you. So when you do your homework, you only have to do the odds, okay? That's going to be enough to get you some practice so you know what you're doing to be able to be successful on the quizzes and the test, okay? So only odds for every assignment in chapter 10, okay? Then we're only going to have 1 Canvas quiz a week. Instead of doing 1 homework quiz every day over every lesson, we'll just have 1 over the 2 lessons at the end of the week, okay? Those will be opened on Friday. And again, you can use your notes, and that's why it's important to be detailed when you're watching those videos, okay? It's going to open Friday morning at 8:30 and then be due Monday morning at 8:30, okay? So a little bit of time there for you to get those done. Then we're going to review just like we normally would. You'll have a video over a couple different sections, and then also we'll do like a whiteboard review like we normally do. Some details to come about that when it gets a little bit closer. There is going to be no final, so there's some good news as well. In general, things that are different between learning online and in the classroom. Okay, one is how you turn in your assignments. Okay, so you'll have to do that using your app on a phone. Okay, and submit that to Canvas. And the second thing is how you get your questions answered, how you get help if you need it. Okay, so what we're going to do for that is use a program called Zoom, which is what I'm recording with right now. It's basically just video software that allows us to have meetings and answer questions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is at 12:45 G4, when we're scheduled to have class, that's when I'll be available to question. So even though you can do your assignments whenever you want, Monday through Friday, that G4 is when you can chime in to get help on anything that you've been working on. Okay, so I'll post that link on Canvas. You can stop in. You don't have to by any means. It's just if you need some extra help there or have questions. You can also email me at any time because I want to be flexible and I know this schedule isn't perfect for everyone. Okay, so just email me and I'll respond as quickly as I can. Last couple of things that I want to show you before I let you go here is how you can use Canvas to stay organized. So I'm going to show you just what my Canvas looks like, and it will look just a little bit different, but you'll get the idea, I think. So here's the Canvas page that'll look a little bit similar to what you have. And then you've got your videos and course documents just like normal for assignments. But right above, I've added the schedule. So when you click on that, your assignment schedule will show up and it looks like, let me show you this one. It gives you all of the due dates and when things are rolled out. Now, I've put the practice and the homework on Mondays and Wednesdays, but again, you can do those anytime during the week, Monday through Thursday. Just has to be done before Friday when you start taking that quiz. Okay, so basically 2 assignments per week. Now, before that, chapter 11, make sure you pay attention to the 11.3 that you've already gotten done. Okay, that's due this Friday. And then you'll start on 11.4 and turn that in next Monday. Then we'll be set in our usual schedule here. Okay, you'll also notice that we finish up early, which is nice. Okay, I scheduled this out so that you get a couple days off at the end of the year, as long as we keep on this schedule. Okay. Last thing I want to show you on Canvas, if you go back to that screen, on the left-hand side, there's an option for a calendar. If you click on that, you can have all of your assignments for all your classes, but you can also narrow it down so it just shows one class at a time. Okay, so right now I'm going to go over and click on geometry, and then this is March, so there's only a couple things due, but if I go over to April, you can see when all of the assignments are due. Okay, so that's already built in there. Okay, very helpful so that you can keep organized and make sure everything's turned in on time. All right. That's all I have for you right now.